Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Please watch the YouTube. Okay.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Okay, pretend I don't look like this for a second. The guys said that I have to make this announcement because they forgot to make this announcement. But go buy the Houston tickets. If you don't buy the Houston tickets, apparently they say I'm fired. So, I mean, please fucking buy the Houston tickets. I beg of you. Or don't, you know. You'll probably just get a better podcast. If not, probably something where all the mics are on. So do with that what you will, but I would prefer you to buy the Houston tickets.
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. I've been lucky enough to sit with a lot of famous, successful, and important people, but I've never sat with the son of the local library trustee in Westport. Holly Feitelberg is a winner. We are now sitting amongst Westport Library royalty.
Yeah, no, we're taking over.
You're basically like Prince Harry.
Bro, God bless anybody who works in politics. I was very...
I love that the library trustee is not... Like,
oh, no, I'm saying it was like we were out like holding signs and shit.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
Everyone was coming over to people. And I was like... I watched one woman complain, and I only heard bits and pieces, but she was talking to someone who was running. And like a person was running for a position, like a city, I forget what it was, city council, whatever it is. And I listened to her for like, no joke, an hour. Just talk about like they moved the entrance to some restaurant, and I was like, bro, I would tell you to get the fuck away from me so goddamn fast.
But I can't. It's just like humans evolved to complain.
It's
really, when you think about it, what separates us from the animals, you know? There's
animals got a bitch.
I don't think they do.
Dude, I always think about that with animals. We're like,
how do they complain?
They communicate. So like I imagine there's some form of complaint in there.
But they just like, you know, like you see, you get kicked out of the pack real quick. It's like you're done. Goodbye. Yeah. There's no complaining. There's
I think it's the opposite. I think they just get around to complain. I think.
No way,
bro.
No way. Animals sit around complaining.
Like when you think about like
animals
when, like,
are just out here to eat and fuck.
A fish gets like caught or whatever.
You think
and then he gets sent back and he just has to find new friends. He's like, yeah, some fucking dickhead.
Did you
just like pulled me out of the water and just fucking took a picture with me and put me back in the water, and I lost all my friends because we don't have phones.
It is spectacularly crazy that you just said that, because I can't believe you just said that.
I saw that with a video the other day of a woman who, like, she actually saved the fish, but, like, I guess tide had come out and the fish got stuck in, I don't know, some kind of puddle, and she picked it up and put it through, like, carried it back to the ocean. It was a big fish. It might have been a barramundi. And I hate you guys. And she carried it back, and I was like, that dude's never going to find his friends ever again.
This is so crazy. So that I just today favorited this to bring it up. Has anyone else ever heard of leaving a, quote, example lobster when cooking lobsters? My parents claim that plenty of people do this and that they learned it from their own parents, but it's a ridiculous and horrifying process. For those who haven't heard of it, it's when you buy lobsters to cook by boiling them alive, and you leave only one alive. My family always set the lobster right in front of all the cooked lobsters and made it watch as we eat the other lobsters. After that, we put the lobster in a cooler, drive it to the beach, and send it back to the ocean. The joke is that the lobster is supposed to tell all the other lobsters of the horrors it saw. Has anyone else's family heard of this, or was I born into a family of sociopaths?
Sociopaths. I've heard of that. And maybe people have, maybe my family, and it's like joked about, not with lobsters, with like a mouse. You leave a dead mouse out to warn.
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever did it. I think it was more just, it was said. I don't think we ever really killed mice. We weren't very good at killing things.
If I know the Feitelberg name, it sounds like you let the rodents take over usually.
Yeah. I think we've just been lucky enough that we didn't really have that many mice that often.
It's probably because your father was a real man out there killing the mice.
Please, he's fucking less a man than me.
We know that.
I'll tell you what, he's had testicular cancer. He is exactly half the man I am.
My man, damn near got a pussy. Anyway, humans complain and animals don't, and you're an idiot for that thought.
I don't know. I mean, they communicate, right? Isn't the form of communication? Isn't the whole point of communication to bitch?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like we evolved in, like we are the best communicators, and all that allows you to do is complain.
Yeah.
Really, seriously, all you need to do is like grunt and yell, and like you can communicate. Like, I'm in danger, I'm horny, I'm hungry. Like, you know, you're a baby, you're crying, you're an animal. You do that, and then you evolve and you learn how to talk. And what do? You just talk about things you don't like. And I'm the king of it, so I'm not. I can't knock it, but it's like it's reached a point on the internet where it's like, and it's not just the internet. It's also local. It's both micro and macro, because it is people on the internet complaining about. And I'll talk about Twitter in a second. I'm done with Twitter.
Oh yeah,
Take
you've
the
made this
password.
threat a lot.
Take the password. Take the password. I'm done with it. I'm done with it because we'll talk about that in a second. It's people complaining like on a grand scale about like fucking trans rights, well, whatever, and then it's people being like,
There's a specific one, did you?
well, it's no, I'm actually, it's more people complaining about trans rights, but the and then it's people saying like it's too loud in like the neighborhood after 7 p.m. because of this one restaurant or whatever. It's like, shut the fuck up, shut up. You don't get to run the world. Like, you can't. Your personal preferences don't mean anything at all.
My apartment is right by a bus stop, and it doesn't happen with a real degree of regularity, but like fairly often, there's a homeless guy passed out on my steps. You know what I do?
Step over him.
So it depends how splayed out he is.
Sure.
Step
around him.
Around him, over him. Sometimes I'll have to say, "Hey man, excuse me,"
On him.
and that's all you do. That's it.
That's what I mean.
That's it.
If you can do that about a homeless vagrant who's like physically in your way of your own home, then the people who are upset about like a noise ordinance or a traffic cone, a traffic light, or like whatever these things these local people complain about. How could you possibly think that like everything in the world should be tailored to you? It's fucking crazy.
It's if you're any person with any sort of respect for the world, you just go, "This fucking sucks."
Yeah.
And you move on.
Right. And that's
like,
why
driving on shitty roads, Jesus fucking Christ, this sucks. And you carry on.
And you go. Yeah. Like I never once have I ever been like, my local constituents have let me down by not paving this road. I'm just like, I don't know, the road's a little bumpy. Or there's a fucking, there's some potholes. Like, whatever, man. It just is how it goes. However, I'm done with Twitter because it's not completely curtailed to exactly how I like it. No, the For You page, I get duped every time. I don't realize that I'm on the For You page. I have muted. First of all, I don't know how the algorithm works. I know they put out all like how it does work, but the last thing I want to see are people arguing about trans rights and guns and politics and all that shit.
Uh-huh.
And it is all that I get fed. And I mute. I open up my Twitter and I don't realize I'm on the For You page because I'm just like used to just.
How do you get off? I'm strictly on my following page. I know you just scroll over, but
yeah,
I never end up
mine
over.
like defaults to For You.
Really? Oh, maybe
Every
it's because
time I
I don't
open-
have that third tab, so I'm not verified. So I don't know what the third one is.
That's just the Mets. I just made like that's. Just
I see.
yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know, and it just defaults to that, and I just start scrolling, and it's just like boom, like I don't follow this guy, and it's him with Elon Musk complaining about fucking. Well, he's complaining about Twitter, and then there's always these fucking doctors who are just on one side or the other about the trans fight, and I mute them. And the next day they're back, unfucking muted.
I did
and
that.
I started looking at their goddamn names because I was like, I fucking muted that bitch yesterday, and they're fucking back. So I'm done.
I did that with gambling companies.
All the promotions.
When
it was
it
just
first
like,
got legalized
yep.
in New York, I blocked all the gambling
but
companies.
it seems like it's like an endless fucking.
Not Barstool Sports.
Barstool Sports. It's at the top of my feed. I can't do it anymore. So we're changing the password today, Pass.
It's really going down?
Going down. Yep.
I have to do all your
You can just do it right now. Well, no, you don't have to do it. You know, I would recommend using like the 600,000 followers, but I'm done. I am retiring from Twitter.
I actually, I'll say this, and it's probably an argument for how moderation is always key. I like it more than I used to because I barely use it.
Yeah. I've been doing that too. I've been
and
using that burner account. I guess I still need to be able to post. No, I'll just tell Paps to post it. Like today, I wanted to post about Out of Order, and I just went to my Instagram instead and put it on my story.
Oh, did you? That was very nice of you. All set?
I was here till 5 a.m. last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen it yet?
No. No, I'm premiering that.
Only the crew has seen it. Only like me, Rotor, Sass, and
No, I want that shit
Tyler
at 7
Miller.
p.m.
Yeah.
we're going up there to just like finish up some like audio things, but it's all done.
Good.
Yeah, all good.
He said it's 4 mini movies.
It's for me. Yeah.
It's 4 mini movies. That's the best way to describe it. Yeah. And you're gonna cry. You're gonna laugh. You're not gonna know what you just saw, but you're gonna know exactly what you just saw. It's just.
I did see because in the group chat they sent the sketch. I mean, it's out by now. So in one of the sketches, Greer plays God. And it is the funniest God. It looks nothing like God. It's amazing. I was like, this is perfect. He's got like it looks like old Guy Fieri. Like he's got like this really long white soul patch. It's like the first time I looked,
Does he have a soul patch for real?
No.
Oh,
It's like clearly costumed on.
Got it.
And like I first saw, I was like, what the fuck? And then like the third time I saw, I was like, this is hilarious. By the way, while we're still on Pavs.
Yeah.
You met someone from Ralph Lauren the other day.
I ran
Ralph
into-
Lauren.
I ran into a family friend,
This is
On the street.
crazy.
and I remembered like midway through the conversation, like, wait, you still work at Ralph Lauren, right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I actually work for this guy, and like he's like, actually, I've seen.
Why do you guys say you work for us? You work with us.
I work with this guy, and he goes, "Oh no, I've seen the clip. I've seen the clip." I was like, "Can you confirm that happened in one of your meetings?" He goes, "I cannot confirm that it happened in one of my meetings, but he said I work with a lot of the mood boards, and on the mood boards, it's like it looks like that, like that's how they do their mood boards and something like this. There was a picture of you guys,
Johnny Mood Board.
Let's go!
Dude, the highest praise possible. We need some fucking PR up in this bitch. We need people to know that John Feitelberg is the inspiration for Ralph Lauren 2024.
The spring summer line.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't it be hilarious if they just put out red bell bottoms? what if
No,
it's
it's
just
gotta
straight
be
up
the
a onesie?
onesie.
They're
Yeah,
just like, here's a bell bottom onesie inspired by Ralph. He came up with this.
The bell bottom onesie just made me remember the picture that proved how important the coat was to that ensemble. Because
When
you
you
took
took
one
it
where I
off.
just looked fat as shit.
Yeah.
Which then led me to remind me of in one of the sketches in Out of Order, I am in a fat thing. Not full fat suit, nothing crazy. But it does not look.
It does.
It
does.
It is
I
worth
know
seeing
you
just to be like,
said
oh,
that.
that's just John.
No.
Yeah, I've
When
seen the
you hit
picture.
a
It's not
side
that bad.
angle, it looks absolutely
You're
ridiculous.
you're being crazy.
By the way, he went all out for this episode. He took a hard fall.
Yeah, you taking bumps now?
Yeah.
I don't wanted to give away the other one, but I guess it'll be out.
Did you cry?
I
Yeah,
never
he cried.
I got. Is this in the one at Greer's apartment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't cry, but I got like I don't think I might have teared up. A
What did
little
you
bit.
think of to make you cry?
Nothing. I pretended I was having the actual conversation I was
Wow.
having.
I mean, you're an actor, bro. You're an actor. Speaking of all that, I mean, I guess we can talk about Succession by now, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, with TV shows, I feel like it's
Yeah,
pretty
come
much
on.
immediate. Like
That-
every news publication pretty much ruined it immediately.
Did you see what the New York Times did? Now this is interesting. This is a good debate. I am a card-carrying member of as we know, just from 2 minutes ago, of Shut the Fuck Up about spoilers. However, the New York Times wrote an obituary, like a real obituary.
Yes, I did. know
That's kind of, I don't know about
this.
that.
And it was in like Monday's paper.
Yeah,
or
it was in
tweet
like
on Monday?
right away,
Yeah.
and it was in the just regular obituary sections. Logan Roy, media mogul, dies at the age of 84 or whatever. That's a little bit different, because part of me is like, stay off the internet, don't go read the entertainment section, whatever. You open up the obituary, and you get Succession.
It was
ruined
in the
for you.
obits.
In the obits, I actually I think it was like a the obit. You know, there's like a bunch of them, but I also think there's like a premier one, and they did that. And I think they just like made up facts about him. Like they used the show, but they also were just like, here's what we think Logan Roy would be like. So here's the thing. I went into that episode. I'm a Succession fan, but I'm not one of these weirdos who thinks it's like the greatest show of all time. Succession is, while still being an awesome show, the most overrated thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's great, but the way people talk about it means it is overrated because people put it on par with like the all-time greats after like one season. It was like, no show could even compare after one season. What are we even talking about?
I probably did a season and a half, 2 seasons somewhat close to that. And I always liked it. It was always pretty good.
And there's some great writing. There are some elements of it that are amazing.
When people are like, people would describe it like it was a comedy. I was like, oh, there was like a funny line in there.
Right.
But like, it's not a comedy.
The lines that are funny, I think, are hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a dark dramedy, whatever. I don't know, whatever you call it.
Everything's just a dramedy now.
Right. Everything
There's no such thing as comedy
a little bit of
like,
everything now. But I was not a big enough fan. / I don't think they made it well. Like, was it really well known that this was the final season?
I did know it. As someone who doesn't watch,
did they say that
when they began promoting the season? They
said the final.
That. Yeah. It was very late. They said it was the final, but
it was late. You said.
Yeah,
because I remember being like the
ago,
final season of Game of Thrones is coming in 8 months.
Yeah. It wasn't like that.
So
I don't think, because it's not Game of Thrones. People talk about it like it is, but it's not.
It's not. So that was I must have just missed that. So you can imagine, like if you didn't know this is not the final season, and then that happens,
it'd be quite a time to kill off the guy.
I was like, well, this show's done. And Jay Danahy was like, well, yeah, no, it is. Shit. I didn't know that. But nonetheless, still a baller move to pull the trigger and do it, and to have the final scene, the death scene of the biggest character of your show, and he's not in it.
Yeah, he died in like a bathroom or something like that.
He's on a plane, and you see chest compressions. You might see like a head of white hair. But I do not think Brian Cox was in that episode.
Oh, really?
I don't you do not see his face. Maybe he laid on the ground.
Probably.
Huh?
They filmed it at night, probably.
So I honestly, in my head,
episode's not even out yet. You'll get that later.
Yeah, there's we interviewed Kevin Heffernan. We interviewed Kevin Heffernan from Super Troopers and Broken Lizard, and they obviously worked with Brian Cox, and he told us this story about how Brian Cox does not film at night anymore. He's just like, I don't do night shoots. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I didn't know it was the final season, so I was like, maybe Brian Cox is like, I'm fucking done in the game. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. So, like, he was too hard to work with, and they were like, we got to kill this guy. Not realizing that it's just the final fucking season, and they got to kill off the main guy. But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it was just a doll or a stunt double, because they're doing chest compressions and shit. No way Brian Cox was like laying there letting you whack on my chest.
Yeah.
So the thought that like I probably didn't show up to work.
That would kill Brian Cox.
Like, right, for real. But imagine, it's just funny to think about how diehard we as fans are. Like, Brian Cox probably didn't show up to work that day. He was probably like, I'm not in this scene. I'm with my kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You think like, I got to be there to like see it through or whatever. He's probably like, I don't have a script for today. I'm not, whatever.
I'll hang out.
But it was, there is one scene. You haven't seen it yet, right?
I have not seen it.
So it's emotional, and it's a weird show to get emotional at because it's so sick. Yeah. But like at the end, it's like these 4 kids, and they're like, Tom is like, we think he's dying, but I'm going to hold the phone up to his ear, and you guys can like say your final words.
This is on the plane?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's like 4 kids who had obviously a crazy tumultuous relationship with their father, but he's dying, and they're like going through it. Like they're saying, I love you, you're going to be okay. And then at one point they're like, but you're such a motherfucker. And like, so it was like emotional, and I'm like, I'm getting emotional. And it's a weird thing to get, like, you shouldn't have any empathy for these fucking assholes, but you do, right? So I'm like, I
think that's okay.
I think so too. A
like,
lot of people were like, you were honestly like getting emotional.
Empathy for rich people who are mean. Like, yeah, I have empathy for people.
Yeah, just people, right. Like just other humans.
Wait, people were calling you out for being emotional during that? That was one of the most emotional episodes.
Okay,
ever.
good. All right. A lot of people were like, a lot of people on Twitter, I'm not going to be on it anymore, were just like, you were really like crying about like those people. I was like, I don't know, man. Like I was thinking about like if my father were to die and I had a
Yeah.
horrible relationship with him and I felt like it was all like unfinished business, it's sad.
You keep using operative words there. People. like they're people who have a lot of
Humans.
money and they're like kind of dickheads sometimes. Like it's
There's a lot
not
of those.
Hitler.
Right,
It's
right.
like-
They're just other humans. Yeah. And so his Logan Leroy's like girlfriend, assistant sort of thing,
Yeah.
is freaking out. She comes out and she's like, oh, that was nuts. Oh, almost like laughing, like in hysterics, but like in shock, being like, he just fucking died. And she's like half smiling. It was like the Joker. And she's like, do you want me to help like write a statement? She's being crazy. And they're like, why don't you go sit down and calm down? And Tom Wobscams is like, he's looking around. He's like, she's acting like she caught a foul ball at Yankee Stadium. And I went from legit tears to howling laughing. Like, that's exactly what it was like. The excitement of just like, oh, I can't believe it happened. Oh, my God, I got the ball. Ah! It was so fucking funny. But yeah, people were like, you can't. People said that about, this ties in nicely. Darren Rough, dude who got traded to the Mets last year, absolutely sucked. The Mets cut him. He just went back to San Francisco. So an article comes out that right when he got traded to the Mets, his father died. And like he had to uproot his family and they were all really happy in San Francisco. And then he also played poorly. And it was just like this fucking hellhole of a situation. And he was quoted saying like the New York media, he's like, New York is really tough. Like the media just parrots whatever the fans say and the fans are really tough. And I was like, look at that. Like, I don't know. Maybe the guy had something going on in his life where he didn't perform so great at the job. And some people decided to make it like the entire focus of their entire existence. Obviously, talking about Frank. And just the amount of
I had
people.
a feeling, but I actually wasn't 100% positive.
The amount of people, though, like, these are millionaires playing a game. I will never have sympathy for them. It's like a guy's dad died, and you're just like, nope, don't have sympathy. Do not. You get paid. Your salary's too high. I don't care. Like,
The crazy thing is, too, with sports,
crazy.
you could almost argue with most athletes, their salary is too low. It's a shitload of money.
Certainly.
But you could argue, and I think Mark Cuban told us that when he's like, oh, Luka Doncic's going to be underpaid his entire life. Now, I'm
guy
not
should
comparing
make,
Luka
like,
Doncic to
hundreds of millions.
Darren Rough, but like
Right.
a lot of athletes, when it's
All
always
the
like,
more
you feel
reason,
bad
though.
for these rich people, like, I don't know, again, people.
How rich is Darren Ruff? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
we're not
mean,
even-
pretty good, I bet.
you think? I don't even know. I mean, yes, in terms of like the world.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like sports, it's like he's one of the last guys that you should be like.
I actually don't even know him well enough, but
It says his net worth is $5 million.
that's bullshit.
Yeah.
How old is he? If he's getting traded, that means he's already had a contract. There's no baseball contracts worth $5 million.
No, but you know, I don't know. Darren Ruff is not that good, guys.
Well, instead of his net worth, look at his contracts. I don't like this. We don't need to make this a focal point. I'm just curious now.
So he has a $6.25 million contract, 2-year contract.
So it's
You're
3 per
making
year.
$3 million a year. Your net worth's not going to be much higher. Than
All
that,
right.
you know. So like, I don't know. If my dad died today, would people not have any sympathy for me? Because I have.
The only
I have more
person
money
I
than Darren
respect
Ruff,
in this
like-
world is Brett Favre.
It's just fucking. I don't know, man. It's fucking wild. So, how big do you think Charles Barkley's asshole is? There's a question for you. One that I never thought I would put out. I don't know how I missed this, but it happened a few days ago. But if you didn't hear it, Charles Barkley went on his show with EJ on TNT. It's called The Steam Room, which I think is like a post-game wrap-up sort of like podcast video show. Which, by the way, the only clip I've seen of it is this, and it seems right up our alley.
Yeah.
Because the question was, it was a caller, and it was a voicemail. And they said, if you drop soap on the floor, does the soap get dirty or does the floor get clean? Which we'll have to debate that, obviously, in a moment. And this led to Charles Barkley saying, I travel with my own soap, right? And EJ was like, what? He was like, I travel with my own big bar of soap. And he specified like big. And I thought that was weird because he says that hotel soaps are so small that he once almost had an incident where he almost lost it somewhere.
And I believe, if I remember correctly during the video, he did give a lean, like a real hint of
listen,
where.
there's only one place you can lose a bar soap. It's not going to be your mouth, and there's only one other place. So Charles Barkley. This also means that Charles Barkley did lose a bar soap in his asshole. Because if you almost have an incident, I don't know, whatever. If you have an incident, then it's like, I once had a bar soap up my ass. Now, those bars...
Like Ralphie in A Christmas Story. Fucking...
Those bars can get tiny. There's the ones that are like rectangles and they have like the bumps on them.
Yeah.
You know? Those are pretty thin.
I know those, yeah.
You know, like, I'm trying to think of the places he would stay. It's not like he's staying at like a shell motel that has the little seashell thing.
Here's the thing, actually. I was texting with young Henry Neasy the other day. I was telling him, I don't know why the other day, this is whenever last time I was in a hotel. And I was giving him credit for every hotel I go to now. The soap, the shampoo, and the body wash are all like they're like locked in, like almost like under a safe where you just pump it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I weirdly every time I'm in a hotel I think of you because I like to imagine that your scam was running so good. Hotels like the Westin was like, Hank Lockwood is fucking cleaning us out of house and home here. We got to stop this because Hank had a scam where he's like, why does anyone ever buy soap or shampoo? And he would just like steal them off the cards and shit like that. I
love the notion of, why does anybody do something when you can just steal it?
He's like, anyone who fucking buys soap or shampoo is a moron. He just took it from every hotel he was in. So I was just texting him about that. So first of all, Charles, you can only lose your finger in your butt now. There is not a lot of soap, at least in the hotels we stay in.
Well, there's still usually bar soap at the sink.
True.
But you'd have to.
But it also says I'm such a rule follower.
Hand soap.
This is like what I did with fucking when I cut my finger off the other day. I was mincing up ginger that I had no plan to use.
Of course not.
And I do the same thing where it's like facial soap or hand soap. I'm like, well, that will make my skin come clean off.
I think if I put hand soap on my face, that I'm just gonna like turn into like stone.
100%, 100%.
Absolutely.
And
all the same shit in the hotel. It's all trash products.
What bag's that going? Who gives a fuck? Put it in that one.
Right.
Hot seal
it's
it.
It's like the things you put on top of a garbage can that says recyclable and garbage. And it's just the same fucking can.
But I was saying all that, and I that's just a little tidbit for Charles. You don't have to bring your own soap anywhere. My issue with this, my concern with this, is I am now under the impression that I'm not washing my ass right.
Well, so this guy...
Am I washing my ass wrong?
I think you gotta... I mean, Charles Barkley definitely puts a bar of soap up his asshole.
That's
like
crazy,
he definitely has to blast his ass, right? And then one time he just went...
I've never come remotely close to even getting a fucking bar of soap in the mudroom.
You never got in there?
No.
Probably have a dirty ass then, bro.
Like, is everyone in this room? Are you guys shoving bars of soap up your ass?
I'm not shoving bars of soap in my ass, but I'm giving it a good scrub.
Like I'll scrub the outside. I'll knock on the door, but I'm not I'm not gaining entry.
It's only if you you need to. I feel like that's when people
What makes you need to?
Like you have a dirty ass.
You're like, God, my ass got dirty today.
No, it's like the Dane Cook, the famous Dane Cook or Louis C.K., depending on who you believe. Like when you have an itchy asshole,
Yeah, but
or if if you're fucking Ari Shaffir, if you have problems in that department,
I'd venture to say days my butt's a itching. That's a clean day. That starts in the morning after post shower. I'm never like midday, like my ass just started itching.
I've never had my ass itch. John, I don't think you're cleaning your ass. You get fresh out of the shower and have an itchy
Barkley,
ass.
you motherfucker.
Barkley just got John to admit to the whole world he's got a poopy butt.
Barkley,
who gets out of the shower and feels like their asshole's not clean?
Dude,
a guy who's not cleaning their asshole.
You're right. You're right. You're not right. I take that back. Because I'm clean. Dude, I'm fucking taking soap and I'm fucking cleaning it just as clean as I fucking clean my ass. Now I'm sorry. I'm backed into a corner now. I
don't think
First of all, I
there's
want to be clear about something. I clean my ass.
I don't think there's anything wrong with getting like a digit, like a nail, a knuckle in there.
I don't think I've ever fingered my ass during shower.
Well, let me tell you something, man.
I've never fingered my ass otherwise either.
I didn't pick up on the qualifier during the shower. That is. I think that Charles Barkley is some sort of extreme case, because we're talking about a literally square peg in a round hole. We're talking about a bar here, a rectangle going into a very tight round hole. So that cannot be good.
In a literal watertight round hole.
Right. The
asshole
Barkley,
sphincter
though,
technology is what they use to create swimsuit, scuba suits.
it really is amazing when you think about it.
What?
That it's like,
Yeah.
like nothing gets in or out unless you.
That's why I don't understand why. Well, I don't know how stupid I am. Like, babies should just fall out of women, right?
Well, they don't come out of the asshole, John.
But I know, but
Women don't give birth out of their butt.
This is my point. But I've put things in both holes. Much easier to get it into a vagina than it is. Like, exponentially simpler to get things into vaginas than butts.
True.
So shouldn't things fall out easier?
Have you ever taken something that was between 6 and 10 pounds and put it in a vagina?
No, but this is my argument as well. It should fall out sooner.
A bigger thing?
Like an embryo should just be dropping.
Oh, right. Well, it's not in. It's not like where the baby grows is knocking on the door, Like it comes. It's inside. It's like why doesn't your stomach fall out of your pussy? It's like it's in.
Fair question. Bro, here's the deal. Here's the deal. If I lay on this here. I'm gonna do a demonstration real quick.
God.
If I lay like this,
God. Oh, Jesus
if I lay
Christ.
like this,
Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Please watch the YouTube. Okay.
If I lay like this,
Uh-huh.
and you take a knife, right?
Uh-huh.
Slice me right here.
It's all falling out.
It's all falling out.
John, so you're saying if you were to get what's that called? Disemboweled.
It all comes out.
Right.
What's the difference between a gaping knife wound in my stomach and a vagina? Therein lies the question.
I guess if you were to yeah.
Where's the vagina
what you're
sphincter?
describing what you're describing it would be a C-section. If you were to lay down like that and you just slice someone deep
Which
enough
is
in their
what a
belly, their
vagina
baby would
is.
fall out.
That's why you don't need a C-section.
but the
Sometimes you're like, I'll go the other one. I'll use God's C-section on this one.
Yo, I don't know if we're allowed to, but if this title needs to be called Vagina Sphincter. The Vagina Sphincter is what?
By the way, if this was the Mean Girls, I'd have 100 hits. But I'm a man, so it's funny that I'm dumb.
John, you're making us look bad. You're making us as a company look inferior. That's so true. Like what? So the vagina sphincter is what? Between your uterus and your...
I don't fucking know.
I don't pretend to know either. I mean, it's the craziest system in the world. It's the craziest. Another thing that humans, like, how we not figure that out? All we do is complain and shit babies out. Like, that is nuts that this is the system that nature came up with, Like, I think eggs and all that shit make way more sense. Way more sense.
Yeah.
Why don't we all
I
like
think
that?
the eggs just happening in the stomach.
Yeah, but that's fucking crazy, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'd rather put out a little egg that then grows to be huge on the outside than grow the egg huge on the inside.
I'd rather get a chia pet.
It's fucking nuts, man. But Sir Charles now travels with a bar of soap that I would have to imagine is the size of like a brick. Like he is taking no chances.
Chuck has to check his bag.
And what's in this? My soap.
It's soap.
It's my soap. He should sell a bar of soap now.
Yeah.
Charles's big soap, and it's like the size of this fucking thing. That would be so goddamn funny.
Comes up,
Have you
it's
ever?
got a big thing on the end like a butt plug.
Yes.
No, that's the handle. That's the pop socket. For
the amount of people
Chuck just
that would
starts
probably
selling those
buy that. I'm not
dragon-
going to get no soap up my asshole. I'm buying some Charles Barkley soap.
It's very neon type colors, and if you squeeze it, there's body wash inside.
So Charles, come on the show. We'll do some hypotheticals.
No, Charles isn't invited on the show. He first of all revealed my like dirty ass, and there was this. I told a story a while ago. I think it's on a different podcast, and everyone's like, "Just so you know, Charles Barkley fucked your girlfriend." Remember that?
No.
Like an ex-girlfriend a while back. She had a bunch of Charles Barkley shirts, and she was like. I was friends with his daughter, and I used to. Yeah.
I'm having vague memories of this. Yeah.
She's like, they're just like I use them as like sleep garments.
Oh yeah. He fucked you. He fucked your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You don't go sleepy night in NBA basketball players' t-shirts unless you got dicked down by them.
You wanna feel like a half a man. Have your girl walk out in a Charles Barkley fucking button down like she's Grandpa Joe.
Half is giving you too much credit and underestimating Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
The difference between me and Charles Barkley in terms of manhood is like in the hundreds. I'm like 1/200th of a man as Charles Barkley. She comes out wearing a Charles Barkley nightgown. The relationship is over.
She come out like she's ready for the ball. I'm like, I'm gonna go sit in the chair tonight. Yeah, no, we still watch the movie. I'm gonna go over there.
I know this is not true because I'm sure he's just fucking ran through it. I don't think of Charles as like a sexual guy.
No.
I mean, he's putting
Well,
soap in his
I
ass.
agree with you.
But like, I think of him as like sports and funny and like that. You know, he's a goofy golfer. I can't think of him like giving back shots.
Yeah,
and, like, talking dirty. You know what I mean? He just seems like.
Well, guess what? Now I can. I miss her.
I will say, as far as the soap thing goes, like, I don't understand soap at all.
Oh, on the floor cut type deal.
Yeah. Like why soap doesn't get dirty. Like, you know, you can tell me like it's the chemical bonding and it bonds to dirt and then it washes off with water. Like, okay, whatever. This is did you see the mirror thing on TikTok?
Oh yeah, I have no idea. What that's
no idea. And everyone acting like they do know is a fucking asshole. Like the TikTok.
This is why you shouldn't have closed schools during COVID. It wasn't COVID's fault, guys. Because I sit here. A learned man in some sense.
A higher educated
Never missed
man.
one day due to COVID. I don't have a fucking clue how that egg works.
It worked
with Mentos too. It worked with everything.
Totally.
It wasn't just eggs.
People don't know
I was
shit.
really surprised when it was other things. I thought it was an egg trick. I was like, wait, it worked with gum?
Wait, now wait a second. That's not true.
I'd
thought
seen
that
it as
the
an egg
trick
so
was
many.
You thought that thing was about the item and not the mirror?
I never really sat down to think about it, and all I saw was egg. So
Okay, wait. Now, if
and
people
then it
don't
was
know
like,
what we're
here's
talking
a-
about, on TikTok, somebody took a piece of paper and put it up against a mirror and then held the egg in front of the paper. And if you look from the side, you can still see the egg's reflection, even though the paper's in the way, and it says, how does the mirror know that the egg is there? Now, yeah, you can tell me the light is refracting and the angle at which you look at the mirror and the egg is why you can see it, and I understand that. But you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But the fact that John thought that it was because it was an egg... Like, if I were to hold a baseball up, it would disappear. But if you hold
I think
an egg
you could
up,
see a baseball. I think it's a bad example.
what did you think you would not be able to see? Or you would be able to see?
I hadn't like logically thought about
bar
it.
of soap.
It was just like someone held it up with like, you know, like the Mentos like square, not Mentos. They're like, it's a gum, whatever kind of gum it is, but it's like a square. Someone's like designed to fit into cup holders.
Yeah, icebreakers.
Whatever it is, yeah. And someone had that, and I was like, now hang on a second.
Wait a minute. If the icebreakers can be seen,
Does that mean everything?
Somebody said to me, bro, it's just the same way your eyeballs work. I was like, I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I'm always completely befuddled by the fact that we can see things based on, you know, light goes in and then it refracts upside down and then your brain makes an image. Like, That all, unless you are an exceptionally smart person, you don't know what the fuck's going on either. And it's
You're
the
just
same
parroting
motherfuckers-
facts to me.
It's the same motherfuckers who say, how does a plane fly? Lift. How does a boat float? Surface tension, buoyancy. You're just saying words. And that, yes, that's the answer, but show your work. How'd you get there? You don't fucking know.
Oh, speaking of, well, I can't say. No, because it's out tomorrow. Your boy really fucking fucked up on the dozen.
Oh, no.
This is so embarrassing. Well, it's not really embarrassing. 'Cause I don't give a fuck. I suck at math. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, but the dozen is a funny thing. It doesn't matter, but it does matter.
Yeah,
it's like I hate when people get like pissy about it and like fight over it, but I do really care about like getting things right and winning and losing because it's like the only competition I have left. So when I do get something wrong, I mean the other day the bonus round for me was not shows, not people, shows that had a best actor nomination.
Oh yeah.
And I couldn't think of one. I just totally froze up on the spot, and I was like, I'm half a man. I'm a fraud. I'm not even the man I purport to be. I watch TV all the time, and I couldn't come up with one answer. It's been haunting me. Math for you is you get a free pass. How bad was it?
It was pretty bad. So,
those are scary ones, by the way. When it's a number answer, and some people answer like 600, and some people are like 250 million.
Yeah.
It's the same question. It's like, whoa.
well, I wasn't like crazy off. It was just I wasn't exact because I can't do math. It was almost like in Sunny when it's like Charlie. It's like, by the way, that new movie with Charlie looks unbelievable. That
What's
he
that?
wrote, directed. It's called Fool's Paradise. It's like a pretty like unique. It's got everyone's in it. He wrote it. He directs it. He's in it. It looks great. But it's when they yell at him like you're fucking your literacy has screwed us again. Like
Yeah, you're mathematical lacking. Fuck this over. What was the question?
the question was how many days it wasn't a bonus round, but it was the double whatever.
You have to show the
number thing, yeah. And it was how many days has Grey's Anatomy been on air? And I was like, can I use a calculator? And they're like, no. Because I know they just filmed season 17.
Oh, okay.
So I couldn't do 17 times 365.
That's hard though.
Right. So, but I could write things down, but I also couldn't do, so I was like, all right, we'll just knock off, I'll make it
You're
300.
allowed to write things down on the dozen?
On this question, we were allowed to do like math work.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, but I can't do, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do it in time. 300 times 17, writing it down. I wasn't even sure if I knew how to do like long division multiplication.
Like
Yeah,
you could
long
write numbers
multiplication.
out and do like multiply this one and then carry the one over to
I
that
wasn't
one.
positive that was how you do it.
Yeah,
I was doing that, but I wasn't positive that was how you do it.
John.
and then so I was like, well, I can't do 365. That's too much math. So I'll knock that down to 300.
Right.
And then I was like,
then
and I
you
can't do
round up.
times 17 because that's too hard.
knock it out to 10.
So I'll do 15 and I'll do 20. And so I did 300 times 15. I did 300 times 20, and 300 times 20 looked too high, 6,000. So I went with 300 times 15, like 4,500 or whatever it was. And I went with that. And the correct answer was like 6,000 something. And I was like, if I had been able to use a calculator or if I'd known how to do math, I'd have gotten this on that fucking head.
That's not so bad.
Okay.
I was expecting way worse.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's dumb. The fact that you basically just admitted you can't do multiplication.
Like, dude, I say it. I'm like, I don't think I know I'm doing like the equation right.
So, like, you would do 365 times 17.
Yeah,
So you would
and
do
then you go
7
bang,
times
bang,
5, and then carry the 3. 7 times 6 plus 3. Put that number
I
there.
could probably
carry the
do it
4,
now that I'm
and then you
confident.
add those ones up.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I did all that right. But I was like, as I was doing it, I was like, I
as
might
I
be
say
just
that,
adding
like,
these.
I have not done that in a minute.
Yeah.
Writing it down. So, like, I would have to be like, oh wait, and then you move that over there, but yeah, you should know how to do
I did all the equations were right, but I wasn't sure I was doing the right thing. I was like, I might be just adding these. I'm not sure.
Not terrible though. Not terrible.
Okay. Today's show is brought to you by the Barstool Sportsbook, the one and only sportsbook of Barstool Sports. The Barstool Sportsbook is made for you, the loyal fans and listeners, and is the only place to find exclusive picks and parlays from Big Cat and Dave. Now offering a $1,000 bonus for new players. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So download and create an account today. Use code KFC to unlock your $1,000 bonus. The Barstool Sportsbook lets you bet however you like with daily odds boosts, live in-game wagering, move the line and teaser bets, and Parlay Plus for bigger payouts. iCasino is also available in select states with table games and slots. Download and create an account today, and be sure to use code KFC to unlock your $1,000 bonus. That's the Barstool Sportsbook with code KFC. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. I don't know where we just ended, but we had a bunch of interviews. And then Kevin had to leave because he has the kids. So now you have a new show. It's John and Jackie.
Yeah.
We're bringing the heat today, baby. Okay, we're gonna go quick.
What would you want me to say there?
Oh, I just meant I was counting myself. I meant like we, John and Jackie, are bringing the heat today. Okay, so we're gonna fire off quick. We get to our interview with Ben Schwartz. Get to voicemails. Get to Am I the Asshole? We're gonna do a quick out of order recap because Jackie has watched at least some of it.
So funny.
Pabs has seen all of it. Before we get to that, I want to tell a story that I heard recently, and it is a nightmare.
Is this about what you were talking about before?
Penises.
Yeah.
And so for all our uncircumcised listeners, I'm sure there are many freaks, and I know we've been mean to you.
Pab should have just said.
I'm gonna be looking at it. I assure you while I'm talking penis. I'm not gonna make eye contact with you one time, but no, I actually will because this goes further. So I'm hanging out with a buddy recently who's uncircumcised, and he's just talking. He's I don't want to name him, but he's just talking. He's telling me a story, and he just drops this line where I'm like, what the fuck? And I just let it keep going. But then he was like, did you know what I meant there? And I said, I absolutely didn't know what you meant there. And the line was, and I'm trying to protect his identity here. He's like, do you know, I'm fucking this girl and I just snap her. I snapped me banjo string. And
wait, and I smacked her?
I snapped me banjo string. And I was like, what does that fucking mean? And he's like, do you know the piece that it's an Irishman. That's a buddy of mine who's Irish. Yeah. And you probably know who I'm talking about now. And he's like, do you know the piece that connects the foreskin to the tip of the head? And I was like, no, dude, I don't. I'm fucking normal. and I'm literally abnormal. I'm not in God's creation. I was not in God's creation at a very young age. And he's like, explain this. And I don't know. I guess I just don't have any uncircumcised friends. It's a rather regular thing, I guess. It's happened to him. It's happened to buddies of his. And you snap your banjo string, which is
when you said snap, I thought it was like a recoil.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, it's not like pop your cherry. Like, it's not like a phrase for lost your virginity. I guess there is the same mutilation of genitalia involved. but you're having sex with somebody, and I guess you thrust too hard or what, and therefore it forces your skin to pull back harder, and it just snaps that piece of skin. And I was like, what does it feel like? He goes, stings for like a whole week and a half. And it is, he said, you feel it just pop.
Wait, I'm trying to logistically picture this. I've
never seen like the inside of an uncircumcised dick. So I don't really, I guess it's in there somewhere, looking down the fucking barrel hole of it. And it just snaps. And he's like, him and other buddies he's talking about, have been sleeping with women and they just feel it's just a pop. It doesn't hurt that bad. It just feels like you feel a pop. And then he says, when you pull out, it turns into a Game of Thrones episode where he's like, blood is spraying everywhere.
What the?
And he's seen a bathroom afterwards where the image I have in my head is the horse sneezing with a nosebleed, where it's just fucking blood everywhere. Dude, he said he was talking. Him and his buddies were talking about it one time, and his buddy like gets up and just takes the sheet off his bed and rolls his mattress up, and it's just blood stained everywhere. And I'd never heard of this before. It had never crossed my mind that such a thing is even possible, but it's yet another reason why you should be circumcised. Aside from aesthetically speaking, it is apparently if you snap your banjo, and they talk about it like it's just like a rite of passage, like you just snap your banjo string. And I'm gonna Google it right now.
I'm fighting the urge to put this into Google.
I'll Google it. The small tag of skin on the underside of your penis between your foreskin and the shaft of your penis is called the frenulum or banjo string. The frenulum is sometimes tight and can tear, usually during sex. Sometimes the tear may not heal properly. Oh yeah, by the way, there's no surgery or anything like that. Afterwards, you just go around and you just don't have a banjo string anymore. It doesn't get fixed.
Oh, so it is like popping a cherry.
I guess, yeah. And, like, you don't go to surgery. It just like you let it bleed out. It stops bleeding after a little while, and then it stings in the shower. And
are you
stings.
bleeding out the tip, or is
No,
it like
I think-
a tear?
So is it stretching out?
I'm
Like,
I picture like a bat's wing getting ripped in half.
or like the little leather thing I hang.
Yeah, yes, exactly that.
That's what I'm picturing.
Exactly
yeah.
that. Yes. Yeah, but if you extrapolated the size of that thing under your tongue, that could appear to be a bat wing, and then it's just getting fucking sliced in half, and then blood goes everywhere. He said one time, well, not one time. He said the one that happened to, I forget if it was him or one of his buddies. He was having sex with a girl and wasn't sure. It was like is kind of the same thing when you're having sex with a girl on a period. You're like, damn, she's getting wet, and then when he finished and pulled out, it just like came out of her like lava, like blood just started spilling out.
No.
Oh my god. Oh my god. She probably like thought that something was wrong with her.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if blood starts coming out of a hole in my body,
If
regular blood.
another person's blood was spilling out of me, I would. So I would take the fucking bar of soap, Jack's bar of soap, I would shove that thing so far. Oh my god!
I think that's how you get AIDS.
Yeah,
Someone's blood flowing
that's
out
like
of you like a
direct shot,
river.
AIDS shot right there.
It's a direct AIDS shot. That's fucking some intravenous AIDS right there.
God.
So yeah, that was just a quick little tale I wanted to tell to everybody.
Just gonna sit cross-legged for the rest of the day.
Get your foreskin snipped, otherwise you might snap your
What a
banjo.
beautiful tale.
By the way, how has golf been going? Because
Pretty good.
the video that Viva La Stool posted, it did not look like it was going pretty good.
Wait, Viva posted the video
Yeah, of you taking a swing.
at Chelsea Piers.
Yeah,
I smoked that ball.
30 miles to the left.
I
The
don't-
one that they posted, you are crouched.
I'm sure there was only one posted because I only reposted one.
That's the thing. You posted one. I don't think it was the one that you posted.
Oh, I didn't even know they posted this.
You've been off the grid.
I'm off that bitch. I don't even know
God,
my official
that's
accounts are
awesome.
fucking tagging me and shit.
Are you still on 16 minutes of screen time?
No. But I'm still not looking. Like I wouldn't see this unless I just happen. Because now when I open Twitter, I just scroll to the top. I just hit like double tap it, so I go right to the top, and then I like look at a few things to see if anything astronomical's happened, and then I kind of just fuck off. And then I go cheat on the New York Times Mini. But anyway, no, like Trent and my golf buddies were texting me like yo, that's a good swing.
Okay, let me take a look. It's a solid old man with a lot of money swing.
All right,
I'll give you that.
I got half of it. I
I
move like I'm 1,000 years old, so that makes
But that's
about.
going straight every time. That's it. When I see that swing when I was
Yeah,
that's
dude,
going
that was
straight.
fucking piped.
It's gonna be an easy day. He's gonna pay a lot.
Yeah, dude, that's right. That's what that is. I live. Doesn't matter what club I hit. I'm about $150. Dude, I could hit a fucking pitching wedge and a driver the same distance. But I'm gonna take some lessons this weekend, so we're gonna start adding some fucking girth to my drive.
This actually reminds me. I've been bowling like a motherfucker recently, and really, really, really good. Like, first time I used bumpers, and I was like, Okay, like I'm killing this, but like I have bumpers. Second time, no bumpers, killed it. Fucking killed it.
But we talked a little out of order earlier, and it premiered last night. I guess if anyone who hasn't watched, you recommend they watch, both of you.
Wait, what?
You recommend that people watch?
Sorry, I do not very well. What are we talking about? Out of order?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
She just went somewhere else.
I just completely shut up. Wait, no, I watched the Welcome to Mo. Sorry.
Yeah.
The Welcome to Mo skit. I was in tears crying. It was so fucking funny. This one I think is gonna be like even better than the second one, but based on what I saw.
You've seen the full thing?
One.
I've seen the full thing. I've seen the full thing a couple times. I saw the full
Habs
thing.
has been nonstop.
I don't know why I just asked
I've
the
seen
editor
full
if he's seen the full thing.
through all the way through like 3 times, and I'm still laughing. I think that last time, like even though I probably watched the same amount, I was laughing, but this time, even despite how many times I watched it, I'm laughing a lot more. And it just.
I thought this one was going to be funny.
Yeah.
In just being there for recording it. What is your order of favorites?
My favorite is Homecoming.
Homecoming one.
I don't think you've seen any of that. My second favorite is Moe's. And I think that the intro is like a really like perfect way to just intro the show.
Did you end up keeping the words on that?
Yeah, we did. We
Yeah.
did. Yeah. And then the
Fighting
fighting came out great.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've only heard fighting because they were editing it in the room, and I was dying laughing just at the audio of it.
Really?
So
we
like,
pulled that one together.
Is that one in black and white or just those
That one's
pictures?
in black and
That was
white.
in black
Yeah.
and
So
white.
that day we had like no camera equipment, no lighting, no mics, nothing. So we just had to go with our 2 vlog cameras, and so we just made it all black and white and put a ton of filters on it, and it came out looking really, really like we planned to do that months in advance. Like that's how it came out looking. So I think it's a 4 for 4 episode. There's not a single second that's like, oh, this is great.
I hope
So-
you're right.
And I
hope
also
I'm right,
watched
too.
Homecoming, and that one was really, really, really fucking funny.
You say you've seen 2.
I've seen 2.
In this episode, you threw up on yourself. You fell to the floor really hard.
I fucking sold that shit.
You cried twice. And you shoot
That was
someone
on
in the head. It's a full display.
Emptying the fucking clip on that one. Oh man. All right. We'll do Am I the Asshole, then we'll do voicemails, and then we will go the fuck home because I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning, and that's a long time for me. Paz is like, yeah, dude, I was editing until 5 a.m. All right. Am I the asshole? Let me pull up this email from an anonymous person. Where is it here? Okay, here it is. I work at a media company that shall not be named. And I don't know why they added that. I wasn't going to read it out loud. That's crazy. In order to inspire my team, the management has begun issuing game stickers, they say. Game stickers for jobs well done. They say this is in comparison to the Ohio State football team and the Buckeyes they place on their silver iconic helmets. Am I the asshole for wanting to throw these in the trash and burn the entire building down the second they read that in a meeting? Sincerely anonymous. I wasn't going to read your name either. That's a tough one.
I mean, they're just trying to inspire you.
It is, it's one of those things where when companies become big corporations, they start to do things that are antithetical to their original message. And you can't really blame them for that. But on the other hand, you can absolutely blame them for being impossibly lame. I don't think you're the asshole for wanting to throw those stickers away. I think that maybe some people here are feeling like they're a little too young at a company to start opining on how the sticker situation goes, so they're remaining silent. But it's an anonymous company.
But it's hashtag not my anonymous media company. I don't know. I mean, that company's getting out of hand. For laughing at that.
It is. I don't know. I guess it depends where you work. Like if you work at a company where, for instance, the entire third floor has been turned into an amusement park for mini golf. That's just where you work now. That's just
And
how
that
it is.
is not narrowing it down. That like there's all the companies.
No, that would never
Not
happen. If you think I'm talking about any specific company, put those ideas away. Yeah, that's disheartening. And you know what? That the problem with that is that's the fucking youngins. That's your Gen Z bullshit. I'm gonna turn over.
Why are you turning it on me?
I'm gonna turn into my golf swing real quick. This is your participation trophy era. What I love about the participation trophy era, as now a 34-year-old, what I've learned about it is you just pawn it off onto the generation before you. Like, I bet my dad got participation trophies, but they called us the participation generation. I got participation trophies up the wazoo. More participation trophies than they could even
You're
make.
having a really hard time saying participation.
I'm not
trophies.
doing good. I'm not doing good. I've been up since 5 a.m. Jacqueline. And now that I'm an older man and a person who should have a life and should have his own family and children and things like that, now I'm calling the youngins. You guys are the participation trophy era. You guys need your fucking stickers for a job well done. Do you know how many times I've been told job well done in my life? Like 3 times. And that's got nothing to do with my work output. It's got everything to do with people withholding praise from me. And you fucking people at this fucking anonymous media company are, it was like, how do people know I did a good job? They know you did a good job by doing a good job. That's how you know. Anyway, unless you have 7 stickers, I don't respect you.
I think the only way to make it all right is if we could take stickers away. Like, you should be able to walk up and just rip them off.
They want to be like, no. You lost a sticker today.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. That's fair play.
Yeah.
So, but like, do you have to put it on your laptop?
No. As I
can.
heard, it was explicitly said that you can throw them away if you want, which is fair. You know, you're giving someone money, a sticker, whatever. You can do what you want with it.
Yeah.
You can throw it away. You can keep it. You go buy yourself something nice, like a nice pair of sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
Not
But
a
we're-
sticker.
But that's, I mean, if anybody has one of those stickers on their laptop, that is so narky. That is so
What are you calling it?
narky. Like,
Narky?
I mean, I guess it's not narky, but it's just like,
What
you're
is?
going to show off your gold star.
I'm in complete agreement with you. But what is narky? I can eventually guess I could suss out the
Narky, I guess, just like,
definition, but-
more in a sense, it's like you're a kiss ass. Not narky, but like just,
And this is a word used by the participation trophy generation.
yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm just making sure the youngins are using it.
Yeah, the youngins are all up. I don't know how to finish that sentence.
They're fucking banjo string deep in narky.
Jesus Christ.
That's deep.
Oh my god.
That's Nick and artery deep.
Wait, so is the banjo string that's because they're going deep, or it's just like the thrust?
I think it's
force
the
of
thrust and the depth then pulls it back to the length that is not often pulled back to, and like anything with too much tension, it pops.
Do you think some girls are like, yeah, I got the vice grip. I'll rip your fucking banjo string.
Yeah. So you gotta tell them it's not about fucking grip strength. It's about depth.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Congratulations to everyone who has a fucking sticker on their laptop. Voicemails brought to you by Private Water. Jackie, that voice.
No.
Pirate Water. It is the hottest drink in the world. That is not an exaggeration. We used to say it before anyone gave us numbers. Now we have numbers and we can factually say it. It is flying off shelves. If it is in your area, get it ASAP because it will be gone. It is the party in a can. It is delicious. It is genuinely good. It's good over ice. Some motherfuckers have been putting it into like slushy machines and making their own drinks that way. It is summertime now. It is like 80 degrees outside as we record this. It is time for Pirate Water slushies. It is time for Pirate Water on ice. It is time to get fucking swashbuckled on the good ship life, they call it. We also had a taste testing last week. Or this week. God damn, it's been a long week. It's Wednesday. Jesus. Yeah. We had taste testing on Monday. We have new flavors that are coming out till next summer, but the new flavors are banging. I can't tell you what they are.
Oh, I was gonna say, were you
No. They're just banging. I can't tell you what they are. I can tell you, get the Pirate Water now. Get on the train now. It is. I can't say it's going to be Sleeping Nation. It is. Trucks are selling out in a day. Trucks are
crazy.
Dumping Pirate Water all over from sea to shining sea. It is a 16-ounce can, ready to drink malt beverage, 10% alcohol, all you need for a good time. You know what we mean by that. Pirate Water, it comes in margarita. That's my favorite flavor, is the margarita. There's a Sex on the Beach. That's my least favorite sex position. It is a delicious drink. There is the Miami Vice, and there is the Pina Colada, right?
No,
Bahama Mama. There's the Bahama Mama. As I said, put them on ice, drink them out of the can, put them in a brown bag, put them in a slushy machine. Do whatever you want. They will do whatever they want to you. It is, it's just a ripping good time. Go to drinkpiratewater.com for a location near you, or you can order it on GoPuff, or you can order it on GoPuff. I really can't. I cannot wait until it's summer, which it is. It's 80 degrees here, but I cannot wait to be back home, just by the beach, by the pool, have a fucking Pirate Water in hand, Pirate Water can in hand, and just drink the summer dry. I can't wait. Get on my level, drinkpiratewater.com or GoPuff. You'll like it. Okay, let's get to voicemails.
All right, so this is more of an am I the asshole kind of situation. So one day I'm playing Call of Duty with my mom, my aunt, and a few randoms, and she says out of nowhere, "Oh my God, my daughter's having a boy. That's so crazy." And so for the next few days, I make fun of her for having a big mouth, telling everybody. So then about a week later, me, my sister, my mom, and my brother-in-law are all smoking, drinking, having a good time. He's trying to plan the party with my mom, and then out of nowhere, I tell him, like, "Hey, well, don't even give her no credit. You know what she did on Call of Duty? She told everybody that you're having a boy, and now everybody knows. She ruined the secret." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, and I looked around and saw everyone's horrified faces, and I realized your boy fucked up. So anyway, who's the bigger asshole? My mom for telling everybody on Call of Duty, or my sister for having an annoying ass gender reveal party?
I think it's your mom for playing Call of Duty.
I'm thinking about that right now. Like, this whole family's just squatting up.
I think I don't mean to get sexist, but I think
They can't be CROs.
women of a certain age shouldn't play video games. You know what? Women have been beating this drum for a while now, that men don't play video games. Men, real men are not in the virtual world. Real men don't waste their time with their buddies playing fantasy football and that kind of thing. I think, in the spirit of equality, women should not be playing video games.
Can't say that.
I said it.
I do think it's weird, I'll say, that she's playing a video game.
This is what I'm saying.
But
you can't say that.
I'm not saying, I know, but I'm saying, obviously, women can, but it does take me back. It makes me go, oh, that's odd.
Oh, that's a little peculiar.
Yeah, but good for her. It's also weird that they're playing together, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that, but also, like, I think I imagine this is not old woman, but an older woman, a woman of some. She's got veteran leadership on the planet, is what I'm saying. And I think that she'd probably have a bad time in a video game where, like, people would be mean to her if they're telling. First of all, she's revealing family secrets. Family secrets. I'm very much a let's keep shit in house kind of guy. Don't go telling
I like to tell everybody everything.
I was gonna say, I don't know, like my version of this is the family group chat. We get fucking loose in there sometimes about the other half.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have the family group chat. Muted. That's sad for you.
Yeah, I don't know why. It
Dude.
just also reminded me I have to respond to my family group chat.
I think my family group chat is used very little. Very, 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 very rarely. I would say so he's what was the gender reveal party?
I don't know if he specified what it was.
He didn't specify. So it was just gender
yeah.
reveal party in general. It is a little passe, the gender reveal party. The gender reveal party's been through all iterations where it's been hot in the streets, then hated by the internet. Like it was beloved by the internet, hated by the internet. Usually you just die after that. Usually like that doesn't keep going. It seems like and if you're still doing something after something's already run its life course on the internet, it's exceptionally lame.
Wait, are you talking about gender reveal?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually love them.
I've never been invited to one. Maybe that's where my issue comes from.
I was going to ask, but I don't think any of us in this room are qualified. Are you having a gender reveal party and then still having a baby shower?
I would think they happen together.
But like they don't know what to get you because they don't know the gender. So,
but don't you just do the fucking registry?
But they don't know what gender.
I was thinking about this the other day, actually. It came to nothing.
About gender reveal parties?
I had a room full
What
of
a great contribution, Dallas.
Jackie. Fucking.
So I'm not contributing much either. I was just like,
Two gender Jackie is like, what did you say?
yeah. I guess the worst nicknames. Anyways, Pabs, that was a really deep thought.
You really want us to release the video of you saying the N-word, huh?
Yeah, this is actually great when we do this to you because it either you put it out and that's good, or it just makes your editing job harder.
Every time there's like a 5-second pause in this podcast, Jackie said the N-word. So, ready?
No,
Right?
I'm not saying the N-word. I'm not saying the N-word right now. That's why it's like when you guys yell at me for not having the mic up, like it doesn't affect you. It affects me.
Yeah.
But like, why do you guys care?
I'm trying to help you.
I know, but like, I'll deal with my own problems. I'll clean up my own fucking mistakes.
Got to be honest. This is the first time I've seen your levels all day.
The Jackie watching Jackie's journey with the microphone is very much the
I'm
embodiment.
digressing.
You are. But it is like, and I don't care one way or the other. But it is very much the I don't live and learn. I just live. We're like, it's a mistake that's been repeated. We're upwards of 100 times now.
Yeah. And it's funny because I know to do it. It just feels so selfish. Like the act of just like.
What if a ghost comes and wants to use it?
A what?
A ghost. Like Pabs has his own mic. Like you're not taking a mic from
Remember when I got raped by the ghost?
What?
Remember when I got raped by the ghost?
It came from like the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember the ghost rape.
You vaguely remember the ghost rape?
Yeah.
I remember the ghost rape. Oh, I remember the ghost rape.
Hey, I'll never forget him. I like to picture him as like a Civil War general for the wrong side, of course.
No, it was like he didn't have legs. It was a Casper. not that he was legless. Like it was like but he had a dick.
Did he have a banjo string?
No.
I had a ghost snap his banjo string in my hooch last night.
It was just a whole mess of a night.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna give this one to your mom, dude. She's an asshole for playing video games. I think that's it. You know, like I remember when I was a kid, and, like my buddy, like my friend's dad played video games, and like I was in like 3rd grade, and I was like, "That's so sick, dude. Your dad plays video games." And I got to middle school, I was like, "Tell your dad to fucking grow up, bro."
I take back the woman thing. I stand by all women playing video games of all ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hill you want to die on.
What's up, Feits, Jackie Nick, KFC, rest of the crew. Keep it short, but I got a quick little question that I just throw out anytime I'm out with my boys. A little conversation starter, maybe on a date. Probably not on a date, but what celebrity would you be saddest if you found out they were a sexual offender, child predator, whatever? All right, have a good one. Peace.
Dude, Drake would crush me. If I found out that Drake.
That would surprise you. my guy's still in shambles because Millie Bobby died.
Did you see that she's engaged?
That's what I mean. That's what Drake's in shambles about.
Oh, sorry, that's not.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly put my stamp of approval on the Millie Bobby Brown engagement because she used Taylor Swift lyrics to announce it.
Oh,
What did she say again?
I don't know.
She said...
oh, it's funny because I read that. I was like, that was beautiful. Really, I thought that she came up with it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nope, that was Taylor. What did she say? Oh, she said, I've had 3 summers with you, now I want them all.
Got it.
But she's 19.
Old enough to party, am I right? She's also, we've talked about this before too. Like, it is, I don't know who her fiance is, but like when you're 19.
Bon Jovi's kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of Banjo Strings.
Oh, Bon Jovi left his fucking banjo string on the Jersey Shore for sure, dude.
Ew. Does it come off?
No,
Is it
it
like-
just snaps.
Okay.
But like, yes, she's 19 in earthly years, but she's like 1,000 in
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
experience. She's
That's a
like
good point.
been famous since she was what, like 10 maybe? That's 9 years of hardcore fame is a fucking long time. If she's remotely normal, get married and get out. What was I going to say here? But the person who surprised me the most, it's certainly not Drake, though I don't think he is. I wouldn't be like, what? The guy who texted with a child a lot? Like the guy who was Millie Bobby Brown when she was a kid. She was a kid. The guy who was like Millie Bobby Brown's go-to in the entertainment world. It's like, you telling me he was doing some weird fiddlestick stuff?
I feel like there was something else too with him, but maybe not.
This could go so many ways. Dan Levy. For some reason, if I can get I don't want to 6 times Drake allegedly with young girls. This guy?
Just helping them out. He's
Pop's
just-
just like, shut up.
guy.
Again, I like Drake until he does something bad, but I'm just saying it wouldn't shock me.
For some reason, the first one that came to mind was
Pass is like, all right, you're right about Drake. Probably Kevin Spacey. What were you gonna say?
I forget his name. Robin Williams would be.
I don't know why I was thinking. When you said Robin so hard, I was like, somebody that played Robin, like Batman and Robin?
I thought you were saying
No.
with a Y.
Oh, like the same.
like Robin
Yeah.
Robbins?
It's gonna mess me up if Robin is a sexual predator. No, Robin Williams.
Robin.
Was the first thing that came to mind, and that would be tough.
I actually just kind of talked over myself. So I said Dan Levy. And I said that strictly because he was gay. Because that would surprise me that gay people were being predators in Hollywood. And then before I had that full thought, I made the Kevin Spacey joke about Pavs. And that takes gay people off the board. Gay people can be pieces of shit too, it turns out.
I feel like a lot of sexual predators are actually pretty like not gender fluid, but
Just
like
the hole's a hole.
a hole's a hole. Like they actually seem like they fuck a lot of, you know.
They're like Charles Barkley soap. Doesn't matter to me.
So good for them on that.
Any Boston Bruin would really destroy me. Any current Boston Bruin.
I still think it's crazy that predators, the Preds, you go around saying I'm a predator. It's just fucking crazy.
Like on the Nashville Predators, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it would be funny if one of them was a predator.
It would be.
But then, like,
I
you're not
don't
saying
think
all
that.
that.
I don't think that's their ice-breaking line. Hello, nice to meet you.
I'm a predator.
I'm
You
a
have to say
predator.
that. You have to say that.
You probably say I play for the Predators.
I guess. Yeah.
I would guess they just say I play for Nashville.
But you don't say that in Nashville.
Yeah, I guess.
I think you say I play for the Predators. They're a hockey team. You say that in Nashville. No, I'm kidding. They're a very popular team. All right, so yeah, any Boston Bruins, David Ortiz, Zdeno Chara, Tom Brady. Mine's gonna be pretty sports heavy now that I'm starting to really think about it. Tom Brady's pain. I think like Tom Brady and I have like a connection.
Yeah.
We're like twin type shit. Only one of us was deformed in the womb. Like when Tom Brady gets a divorce, it hurts me. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. I just saw Air. Mine. Okay, I'll expand mine.
Tom Brady does like kiss his son on the mouth.
But
So
that's
it's
like
very
people.
obvious.
It's
very-
unique and rare, but it's not like what the hell.
Yeah.
People, he's not having his kid suck his tongue like the fucking Dolly.
Dolly.
Yeah, I mean, you're asking this week when like the Dalai Lama's out there sucking tongues is fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that wouldn't
pretty
affect me. It didn't affect me. I was like, that's fucking weird. But I didn't lose my faith over it. Like if I found out priests were fucking young boys, well, then I would be destroyed.
It's a horse of a different color.
Yeah, mine's basically anything in Boston. Once I threw Damon and Affleck into the mix, any Boston celebrities, like Dane Cook, for instance, that would be terrible. He married like an 18-year-old girl.
Oh. I don't have
You're
any.
sticking with Robin Williams. You're sticking with a
I
post-mortem. Someone's
don't know. I can't think of a
Someone
single...
waited 10 years for Robin Williams to die, and like, all right, time to get this motherfucker.
I can't think of a single person. I guess like my favorite celebrity is Miles Teller, and so I would.
Miles Teller would be, he's quite beloved.
Yeah.
That'd be quite a shock.
That'd be a good one.
He's got a cute little thing on his girlfriend. Not girlfriend, wife.
Yeah, Kaylee. I think that's her name. Yeah, that would rock me.
Pavs.
Drake.
David
Oh,
Wright.
yeah.
David Wright.
David Wright.
Yeah, once you brought up sports, like David Wright would fucking crush me. Yeah. When Jose,
The CEO of Vitamin Water.
is that what he? Yeah, he is, right?
No, he's not a CEO, but he was like their first mega
Yeah.
marketing guy. It's like him then 50, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas.
I think The Rock would like crumble an entire industry. Like,
Yeah.
Because like so many things, so much money is put in around him. You'd watch like hundreds of people lose their jobs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, The Rock probably Tom Cruise saved Hollywood. Speaking of, yeah, you would add Tom Cruise to my list of I wouldn't be super shocked. But Tom Cruise saved Hollywood with Top Gun 2. The Rock could bring it to its knees with a sex scandal.
I guess who's also like the number one who you would be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Huh?
Who's the number one who you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Drake, probably. All right, last voicemail. God, I'm fucking.
Feits, congrats on setting the new single season record. As a Habs fan, it hurts, but gotta give it to you. It got me thinking though. I saw you're at the game there. You've been to a lot of big games with Boston and New England area, and I was thinking, what would be the game that you've attended that meant the most to you? Have a
Game
good
I've
one.
attended that meant the most to me. Probably Game 3 of the 2004 World Series, because that was a very difficult ticket to get, and my dad got 2 and gave them to me and my borderline baby brother at the time, and was like, I just want you two to go experience this. And it was 04, like the Sox didn't have, like, Boston sports were...
is that the one with the walk-off home run that you?
No, that was the Sox. I don't remember what the score was. The Sox just fucking plugged everybody that whole... everybody, but they plugged the Cardinals every game. It was a sweep. But the... Wait, no, it's not Game 4. I'm sorry, Game 2. Game 2. Because it was home, 2 away. So Game 2 of the 2004 World Series would be it, because that was a I was very young. I was 2004, so I was 15 probably. And that was like, oh, my dad just doesn't even want to have fun. He wants us to have fun.
Oh, that's so sad.
But no, like, it was very sweet, and it was like, if we're talking about like the most meaningful game I've been to, that was like I was in the process of becoming a man. I was young, but
When was that?
2004, so I was 15. But I was going through puberty, and I was like, oh, I know, appreciating more things your parents do for you, and realizing what being an older person entails more and more, rather than just getting dirt on your jeans. And I thought, even in the moment, and even more so looking back on it now, that I was like, oh, this is a very big. Like again, it's like the Red Sox hadn't the curse of the Bambino still existed. The Red Sox were playing in the World Series in Boston. My dad had lived through all of it, and he's like, "No, you two go." And he dropped us off, like drove us to Boston, dropped us off, and then picked us up after the game. So that would be the most meaningful or life lesson game there.
Hopefully that's like a Woza clip right there. Keep going on that sappy shit. Dad. That's cute though.
What's your most meaningful game, Jacqueline?
I don't know. Pavs, Nick, you go first. Most meaningful game?
What was that?
Most meaningful sports game you've been to?
Also, in that same vein, the 2000, and I actually kind of guess the other side of that coin, in the 2018 Super Bowl, where I got to take my dad and my brother.
Oh yeah.
So that was kind of, I guess those are two sides of my
full circle
growing up, adulthood, so to speak. Like, here's how it is, and then you can never repay a ticket to the 2004 World Series because again they've never done it. It was people like grown adults around Boston were like the curses are real. We're never going to win a World Series. So going to the Patriots' 6th Super Bowl doesn't exactly repay it. But yeah, fun little thing.
06, I believe it was Game 5. John Maine pitched a shutout for the Mets, and like the story behind it is like, so 06, I'd be like 7 years old. We went to a bar mitzvah like 2 nights before, or maybe like a week before, and I was in the bed. There was like no TVs throughout the whole thing, and there was like a little mini TV in the bathroom, so I stayed inside the bathroom for the entire bar mitzvah to watch all 9 innings of this game. And thinking back, this is kind of weird, but a guy came up to me in the bathroom. It was like, you're hanging out watching the Mets, and then like he like I guess went over to my dad and like got like our contact information and was like, when the Mets go to the playoffs, like, I'm gonna send you guys tickets. And we sat front row just because this guy like just witnessed me, like just like saw me just like in the bathroom, just like on the sink, just watching the game. And
I know Drake was a Mets fan.
What's up? Thinking back, it was a cool story my whole life, and now I'm like, maybe that's a little weird. But yeah, that was, and then they lost the series.
Nicholas,
you want a cheesy one?
Sure.
Yeah.
About a year and a half ago, went to a Mets game. It was the first one I went to with Christy, and we ditched everyone, and we just went out to center field where there's like all the drinking. Spent the whole time with her, and I was like, it's when I was like, oh, I'm in love with this girl.
Oh,
and like, yeah,
look at everybody being all sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, that one probably the most important game in my life. I mean, I would have probably realized it regardless, but yeah, that, and then I didn't go to many games with my family growing up. All those were an incredible time though. Like there were some Mother's Day ones and stuff like that we went to for like with my mom and grandma, and those were all great. But
those are good ones. In that same vein, I'll add a Red Sox game, summer of 2005. Summer of 2005. I went to a Red Sox game and crushed 4 Budweiser energy drinks and then just ate pussy.
Sometimes, like, I'm like, I can't believe that John came up with Saturdays are for the boys, but then, like, after that, it's like,
Just you know what kind of fucking pussy 16-year-old on 4 butt energies does? Dude, the only thing you should do on 4 butt energies is go to jail. And I hate puss for like an entire OAR album. Oh man. All right. It's now time for our interview with Ben Schwartz. Go see Renfield. It's out this weekend. I'm very excited to see it myself. Ben's the man. Ben's the best. We love him with all our dear hearts. Thank you very much. We love you too. Goodbye. What's being in New Orleans with Nick Cage?
Yeah, that's gotta be. Did you get a lot of time with him,
He-
or is it?
I got to do like 3 scenes with him, so I didn't get to spend a ton of time with him. But I will say he's dressed as Dracula, so like we'll be shooting a scene, and then they'll be like cut, and they have to move cameras, and we sit in our seats, but he's still fucking dressed as Dracula, and then I'll be like, I have seen Adaptation so many times, but he's still like with fangs and shit like that, and we'll talk about his movies, and he's like incredible. He has a pet crow. Like he's everything you want Nick Cage to be. He's exactly that. And I think he lived in New Orleans for a long. I think he lived in New Orleans for like a long time. So he's like, I loved him, and he loved like when I improvised in our scenes. He was so into the idea of improv and was really like. So I'm a huge Nick Cage fan. The press is like the most time I got to spend with him.
Do you just go for it, or are you like, Nick Cage?
I let the director. I let the director kind of guide me because I don't want to. I want Nick to. I want to. Like it's funny. Like it's like when I was doing scenes. Of course, when with Holt, who's amazing, and Aquafina, I'm really going for it. But it's like Nick Cage has a scene where he chokes me and like lifts me up, and I was like, go for it. Like in my head, I'm like turning to like this actor, and I'm like, I'm with Nick Cage. It's like I was like, I'll hold on to your hand and I'll pull you back when it's too much. But like, let's see what happens. And so like, because you just like you want to show up for like these guys that like. I mean, The Rock and Face Off and Con Air, it's movies that like formed us as little boys and girls. So it's like, so for me, it was like, I wanted to go for it. And he was so awesome. He was so committed. He was so committed to his role. He was so 100% in. And you think after someone who's been the biggest movie star in the world, they could phone, he didn't phone a second of any take in. He was amazing.
All right, big thanks for watching. If you made it through this whole episode, that means you should be subscribed. There's so many of you out there who watch and don't subscribe, so make sure you are a KFC Radio subscriber. Make sure you get all the content when it drops. Click that button now.
I have 9 fingers. I'm still subscribed. It's that easy.